Hello. Now in this video we will see how to draw the orthographic projections of a hexagonal pyramid when it is resting on HP with one of its edges and its axis is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. If you observe carefully, this is just a slight modification from the previous tutorial. In the previous tutorials I discussed about the hexagonal pyramid resting on HP with one of its edges, whereas its axis is inclined to HP at 30 degrees. But in this question I am just discussing with the 60 degrees. If the angle changes, how the front view and top view appears. So that's why already I made the hexagonal pyramid resting on edge and its corresponding front view and top view. You can see that when a hexagonal pyramid is resting on its base on HP and the axis is perpendicular to HP, front view is a triangle, top view is the true shape of the hexagon. That's why the same I drawn. Now when its axis is inclined to HP at 30 degrees, this is what we discussed in the previous tutorial. There will be no change in the front view. The same when the axis is inclined to 60 degrees, here also there will be no change in the front view, just it will takes an inclination of 60 degrees. So that's why Control C, Control V. Okay, I need to select the apex also. Control C, Control V. Okay, now the axis is inclined to HP at 60 degrees. So that's why okay, rotate axis. So that's why base point always we have to choose this one. Okay, now I need 60 degrees, so I need to remove 30, so minus 30. Yes, move. Okay, now we will measure dimension angular DAN. Now you see the axis is 60 degrees and it's resting on edge CD. So now we'll draw the front view and top view. So to do this one, draw the vertical projectors. Okay, yes, and then the projectors. Take the M text A1, copy base point, and then I'm just placing it here. Later we will modify. So this projector belongs to AC and this is FA, so A, and this one belongs to BEB, so changing to B1. This one AC and DC, so that's why common is C. F1. Okay, this is apex point O. Okay, we finished everything. Now it's time to draw the visible and invisible edges when we view from the top. Okay, so now if you see carefully, it is resting on edge CD. The resting on edge CD is invisible to our eye. CD is invisible to our eye. Okay. Now the remaining edges AB, AF, FE, ED, BC will be clearly visible to our eye. In the previous tutorial I says that above the axis will be visible and invisible. If you observe carefully in this condition, above the axis points are FA, EB. So FA, AB, E is clearly visible. So that's why first I will draw the lines. Okay, so above the axis is FA, EB, means A, B, F, E, all are visible. Okay. Yes. And the below axis is EB, DC. Okay, let me mark this one as invisible. Below the axis is invisible when you see from the top. Okay. So now we'll draw the slant edges AO, BO, CO, DO, EO and FO. Okay. Okay, AO also I need to draw. See guys, so as I said, above the axis is visible, invisible. So AO, FO, FE, everything is okay. But when you see here from the front, this triangular face, actually BC is the edge, base edge, so invisible to our eyesight. So that's why I marked it as dashed line. But when you see the triangular face, that is OB1, B1 to C1, C1 to O1 is a triangular face. So when you see from this side, the triangular face is clearly visible, as like is EO, O1, D1 and D1, E1 is also clearly visible to our eyesight. So that's why I am changing this hidden base edge to the visible one, continuous. So this is what we need to be very cautious and attentive while drawing the orthographic projection. So that's why I marked here also the continuous line. Basically the base edge is invisible, whereas the triangular face is clearly visible, that is this triangular face. So that's why this triangular face edge is very clearly visible. I made it as a continuous line instead of dashed line. Okay, the remaining part is that already we made this one resting edge is invisible. So to represent it perfectly, okay, now the axis part will complete. axis means center to. Perfect. So now we completed effectively. So when it is inclined to HP at 60 degrees, see in the top view there will be compression, whereas when it is inclined to HP at 30 degrees, the same question, see the top view how elaborately and how big it is in the top view, whereas in the 60 degrees it compresses. So that's the difference between the, when the angle changes the view will changes. Suppose instead of 60 degrees, if you make it to 70 degrees, still it will, if you make it to 90 degrees, again the original shape will be like this. So this is all about when the hexagonal pyramid inclined to HP at 60 degrees.